Comes a rainstorm, put your rubbers on your feet. Comes a snowstorm, you could get a little heat. Comes love, and nothing can be done. Comes a fire, then you know just what to do. Blow a tire, you could get another shoe. Comes love, and nothing can be done. Don't try to hide it, 'cause it isn't any use. You'll stop sliding when your heart turns on the juice. Comes a headache, you could lose it in a day. Comes a toothache, see your dentist right away. Comes love, and nothing can be done.
As the hilarious Canadian engineer known as AVE, my grandson introduced me to, often says in his YouTube videos, today, a treat spécial. 5 short poems by my favourite living local poet, and we've lots of poets hereabouts, Joe Bousfield. This is from a collection produced in collaboration with Marcus Moore, titled 20 Poems for 2010. Joe has made an enormous contribution to Stroud's community. A performer, director, writer and poet, she was co-founder of Dr. Foster's, a theatre company that created wonderful works in Stroud, including the epic 1991 Stroud Community Play. Joe also directs the prolific Stroud Youth Theatre Flies on the Wall. She wrote and directed Our Song, a musical drama for Joe McAndrew's choir Stroud Song. Much more than this, and poetry, has kept Joe busy for the 42 years she's lived in our town. Her poetry is largely autobiographical. Life has not been easy for Joe. She's had to cope with a full range of the pain, illness and misfortune that can visit us undeserved, including the obliterative hurt of surviving a grown-up child. A characteristic of her work is a candour that lets the reader into the painful bits without any coating of self-pity. Occasionally she's angry. More often she's inspecting events, alert to absurdities, and even the funny side. It is what it is. A bummer sometimes, but get on with it. She can be movingly sentimental too, as in the collection she made called Glove, in which she explores the clasped hands and mutual emotional points of contact with a child. Sadly, the book is so tiny, barely 2 inches by 3, as I remember, that it has little chance of being readily found in my shameful shambles of a household. I will keep looking. Watch. Day before I joined him in Minneapolis, dropped Calvin Klein watch he'd bought me 5 years before. Didn't notice it had gone. At airport, bought slick new watch to accompany me. On arriving on time, he greeted me, but I noticed he had gone. In hotel, removed battery, unable to confront hours, wishing my wrist was held, but not wanting to notice. Year later, new watch was old. He no longer spouse. I, shocked at so little time, sometimes didn't notice he'd gone. 2 years later, left watch in hospital waiting room. Now I no longer wear one. Notice that time is my own. Lunar Moth. I saw the Lunar Moth flying in my friend's sitting room, hatched from an egg to a caterpillar to a chrysalis over several months. Her handkerchief wings waved bright blue in the electric light. She lives 48 hours. I complain my life's too short and weep into a face flannel. Heading out of middle age into old. All my underwear has turned pink. I blame my new sweater, which isn't new anymore. Now it's changed colour, turned a feeble puce. It was shocking before, now it's forgettable. I can't remember poems anymore. The words slip away like ice cubes in the sink. I'm forgettable, dressed in my faded new sweater, as I grope for that clever rhyme that will make me laugh. I once went on a week's meditation course where you weren't allowed to talk. When it came to an end, the first words I said were, "I've forgotten how to talk." This was a lie on 2 counts. 1, because I was speaking as I said it, and 2, because, of course, I had been conversing in my head for the whole 10 days, only pretending I was focusing on breathing. I was actually thinking about the woman meditating in a pink tracksuit in front of me, with the label sticking out at the back of her collar. She's not forgettable. I slept and meditated next to her for a week. Knew nothing of her. Never heard her voice, except when she muttered Mars bar in her sleep. I write this poem for you, dedicated to all people who have on matching underwear, that I have never had a conversation with, and those that I have and who I have forgotten that we had. Ugly mugs. My mugs for drinking tea, an addiction I allow myself to confirm the Englishness of me. Started out white and plain, but in a jiffy transformed into cracks and chips with browning stain. So new, bigger mugs appeared, always too much to drink, leftover dribbles everywhere. I tried buying pink ones to confirm the feminine in me, but all too soon they became sickly. So I bought gleaming mugs with white handles, green, blue, orange, red, yellow, to change my life to bright candles. Scattered. The family scattered her ashes. When my brother arrived home, he found he was carrying Mum in his turnips as well as his heart.
Comes a nightmare, you can always stay away. Comes depression, you may get another break. Comes love, and nothing can